everybody? Do you need to be motivated a little bit? Well, check out my interview with my buddy Rob Banks from the gym. He stopped by my podcast and here's what he had to say.
You're listening to The Signal Man with your host, Josh Urban. Josh Urban.
Good morning and welcome to The Signal Man Show. I've got a great interview for you today, especially good for a show early on in the year. We're talking about the gym, folks. It can be an intimidating place, but I've got something for you to make it friendlier, more motivating, and more accessible. It's an interview with trainer, athlete, and one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, Robert Banks. I myself go to the gym every once in a while, and since Rob is more consistent than I am, I naturally see him every time I'm there. He's always got a smile and is always ready with an answer should I have a question about technique or form. Help! Rob goes above and beyond to create a friendly, motivating atmosphere and keeps the spirit of the gym alive, which, when you think of it, is really cool. It's a room where everyone is working as hard as they can to better themselves. What a great vibe to be around. I caught up with Rob recently right after his workout, and we chatted downstairs from the workout room as hockey kids ran by and the sounds of a busy facility echo in the background. Feel the vibe! And let's give a warm welcome to Rob. Alrighty, everybody. So sitting here with Rob and Kevin, two guys from the gym. And Rob, tell me about yourself. I just know you from the advice that you've given me on the weight floor.
Well, I'm originally from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Really?
I've been here since 2004.
That towards you.
As far as what got me into fitness was my dad. My dad actually got me, my brother, and my sister into fitness, and it was something that we watched him do over the years. You know what I mean? And
so he's into weightlifting and stuff?
Yeah, he's still going hard. Still going hard with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just it's become a lifestyle. You know what I mean? If you I've had, certain issues that I've had to deal with, whether that be relationships, be work, or you name it, just life, trials and tribulations in general. The gym has always been my outlet to things. I mean, because I can come in here in the gym, I feel nobody can bother me in here. This is my place of peace.
Well, he's been working out so much, Kevin, that nobody can bother him now, right?
That's it.
Nobody would be dumb enough to try. So do you remember how old you were when you started lifting?
I was actually, my dad got me into lifting weights. I was in 9th grade, I was 14.
Okay, nice. 14
years old. I mean, I did push-ups with my dad, coming up, I watched him with the weights when I was like, in elementary school and stuff like that. But he officially took me to the gym to work out when I was in 9th grade. When I was a freshman in high school.
You remember the first day?
I remember the first day. I remember the first time we went to the gym. He put 135 pounds on the bench, and I couldn't do anything with it. I weighed about 140 pounds in 9th grade.
This gives me help, Kevin. So he looked like me at one point.
Hey, man.
And I think that's what I was trying to move up there.
Yeah. It was one thing I didn't know at that time. Being young and everything, was that you expect to pick up all the weight in the world. You know what I mean? That young, you feel like, hey, I'm indestructible, but not knowing that you gotta, take your time as building blocks to get there. Rome wasn't built in a day. You know what I mean? That's my dad saying. But that's what it's about, man. I mean, the gym isn't for everybody. My personal opinion, I'm not one that's for hospitals.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I feel that you hear so many excuses. People say, well, you can be the most healthiest person and die still. And a lot of times that is it's a cop-out.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be here. They don't want to be in the gym to do it. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to die anyway. I'm not going to worry about it. Well, why don't you do something now to prevent anything from happening? Do something now.
Right.
So that way, when you go for your checkup, your doctor's not, hey, Mr. Jones, you have X, Y, and Z going on. If you don't do A, B, and C, hey, your illnesses may lead to X, Y, Z.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you're gonna check out of here.
Right.
And it's not my thing. I have my family's a streamline of just illnesses. Strokes and cancer runs on my side of the family. I lost my aunt at a young age. She was very young. She was 32 years old when she passed away of heart failure. She had a heart attack, excuse me. My cousin, her son, he passed away at 21 years old.
Oh my
heart
goodness.
failure. Yeah, heart failure. So I mean,
Wow.
the gym actually, it's a driving force for me because each and every day it's like I wanna be better than I was the day prior. You know what I mean? It's like I wanna be able to, like, not only am I in it for myself, but I like to help others too. The hardest thing, in my opinion, and some people may beg to differ with this, but the hardest thing about personal training is that you become so consumed in that individual that you're training. And what happens is that you only can push a person so hard to do something. All the excuses you hear, well, I can't do that, well, I can't lift this, or I've never done that before. If you have belief in the person that's helping you, you gotta jump out on a limb and you have to try, because nobody goes into the gym their first time and expect to lift up the world. You gotta start somewhere. And I think a lot of times people, the excuses are at an all-time high. Because I've seen guys in the military, they come back from overseas and they come here with blown off limbs and wheelchairs, and these guys still push themselves, right?
Wow.
So it's like if you come back and you're in a wheelchair, or if you have any this element, anything, right? And you can still put forth the effort,
right?
What's your excuse? What is your excuse? Anytime that you can get out of your bed and you're able to put one foot on the ground at a time, you should be able to be better.
Amen.
You should be able to do better.
Question for you, Rob. So how do you motivate yourself?
How do I motivate myself? Well, to motivate myself, I watch a lot of guys on YouTube, and of course I have my dad to look at it for motivation as well. I look at things like things my dad went through when we were kids. You know what I mean? A lot of times we never knew if my dad had issues because he went to that gym and that's how he worked it out. I went through a divorce several years ago, and the first thing my dad told me was to stay in the gym. Mm-hmm. Now, a person that goes through a divorce, that wouldn't be the first thing that they'd hear. Go to the gym, because people's not thinking about the gym during a time like that, right?
Right.
But what the gym does for the mind, it keeps you out of that space of the brain, the mind being idle. Because when the mind is idle, you're taking a trip into the devil's playground.
Right.
And that's what happens, because when you have that downtime, that's when bad thoughts hit your mind. You get down on yourself. Your confidence is low. You feel like the world's coming down on you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's like my motivation comes from just, thinking about things that's like, I say to myself, well, I want to give up. Well, if I gave up, what is that going to do for me? What is that really going to do for me?
It's good. Right.
And, like there's a lot of different guys that I watch on YouTube for motivation. Like CT Fletcher, that's one. This guy, he died on the operating table 3 times.
Wow.
And he's to this day keeps fighting. You know what I mean? Still keeps fighting. He's actually going to be getting a heart transplant.
Wow.
But the man still keeps fighting.
Wow.
He still keeps fighting. You know what I mean? He's one. Mike Rashid, he's another one that I watch on YouTube. He brings a lot of great motivation. Chris Jones with Pump Chasers, that's another guy that I watch for motivation. These guys I've watched. This so many more guys that I watch. But I look at what they do, and I'm like, wow, fitness is everything. But it's like they're just not in fitness for themselves. They're in it to touch somebody. You see what I mean?
Right.
Because you never know who your message is going to touch. You know what I mean? There might be somebody out there struggling with something. And they saw your workout, or they heard you say something that actually helped motivate them. You never know. Whatever you said on your video could have kept that person from committing suicide. Right. That little piece of motivation that you gave them, that one word. Yeah. Sometimes it's that push. Sometimes people need that push. You know what I mean? To keep them positive, to keep them going on, to keep them going head full of steam. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's inspiring stuff, man.
Absolutely.
So what do you? You mentioned like this is your oasis? Was there a particular time where you're like, oh, this really occurred to me, like you mentioned your dad stay in the gym through the divorce. When you were a teenager, did you discover this great outlet with it?
Yeah, you know what? I did.
Yeah.
I really did. And I would say, because in high school I played basketball, ran track in high school. Was in the weights. Definitely was in the weights. When I went to college, same thing. Weight training and things like that. It's an addiction for me because, no matter whether it rains, hails, sleet, snow, I'm in the gym. You know what I mean?
Are you here every day?
Every day. I mean,
Right.
I'm here a lot of times 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. Sometimes, it's good to rest the body.
Right.
And I do have rest days, but sometimes my rest days consist of coming in here just doing what I want to do. It's like I call them Sunday fun days or something like that when I come in. I may come in and I may just do planks the whole time I'm here. Or I may get on the bike and I may ride for 30 minutes and I leave. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Your body's getting something.
Question for you. Because Sunday Fun Day and planks usually are not in my vocabulary related.
Gotcha.
So, is it something and it says an addiction. So when I come to the gym, I push myself to come to the gym, but I feel good when I'm here and I feel good after I leave.
Absolutely.
Is it something that after working out for a while like that you feel extra good, you missed
Absolutely,
it?
yes, absolutely,
Talking to me and maybe some of my listeners who are not quite as disciplined as you, with coming to the gym, is it something that you get hooked on?
It is. It really is. It is like it's a drug.
That's awesome.
It's a drug. It's really a drug because I can take a day or two off, and I feel like I'm going crazy.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like I'm going crazy. It's almost like the gym to me is like how a cigarette is for some people.
Wow. That's awesome.
You have some people that smoke cigarettes every hour.
Right.
You have people that, they smoke cigarettes daily, and they can't live without it. They don't know what they would do without it.
Right.
Taking the gym away from me wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good because it's like, I've come in the gym. Sometimes it takes me 10, 15 minutes to even get to a machine sometimes. And I'll say that because I know so many people. And when people can feel your aura, when they can sense that this is a good person I'm talking to, they feel so comfortable just letting their walls down, saying, hey, Rob, I had this type of day. Hey, what would you do in a situation like this? Hey, man, I had a workout the other day, man. I was feeling kind of down on myself. What kind of advice could you give me? That's cool. They feel comfortable enough to come to me to talk, and I can help them. And once again, I date this back to you just never know. A person seeing your face can make a world of difference. You know what I mean? Some people, they feel that comfort level to come to you, and they can spill the beans and say, hey, man, I'm feeling like this. Can you help me out? And I've made so many friends. I've taken people that are so introverted that really aren't out there talking to people. Right. And they talk to me the first time, and they're like, man, this guy's really very genuine. I've had people say, hey, can I work out with you? You know what? This is my saying. I have an open door policy. You never have to knock on the door. Just kick the door down. Nice. Just kick it down.
That's awesome.
Just walk right through. That's a better one. Just walk right through.
That's awesome.
There's always, you come on in. Everybody's welcome.
Nice.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's really nice to hear.
Yeah.
And I think it's also really nice for people who might be listening, because I think there's this, intimidation around the gym.
Absolutely.
For people, be like, oh, everybody knows how to lift. I don't know how to lift. I'm not gonna, people are gonna laugh at me.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So that's really nice.
Absolutely.
Next question for you. It's so great to hear your passion and enthusiasm for this. So for some people who might not be into the thing, like my grandma will listen to this. Hi, Grandma. What's a good first step to move towards physical fitness if you're not going to the gym? But people might be active, people might be moving around, people know what they eat, stuff like that, but they want to take it to the next level, and they might join a gym, but they're not quite sure what to do, and they want to take it to the next level.
I would say, if a person's really not involved in fitness, they're not what you say we call a gym rat.
Right.
Really have really not a lot of knowledge when it comes to being in the gym and how machines work and how to lift weights and such and whatever. A person just going for walks is good.
Awesome.
You don't really need a gym to be fit. Some people can't afford going to a gym. So does that mean that they should not be concerned with their health? No, they should be. The health is all you have.
Yeah, right.
I'd recommend for someone that's working out at home, jumping jacks. You know what I mean? Jog in place. Go for walks around your neighborhood.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Something to get yourself in action. You know what I mean? Because what happens is that, if you sit there and you just sit there every day, your body is you're gonna get stiff. You know what I mean? You grow old.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, the most important thing is to stay as active as you can. You want to stay active. You see guys that may be your age, and they be like, man, Josh, how old are you? And you tell them.
Right.
They say, damn, man, I want to be like that. Well, it's how you take care of yourself. You know what I mean? You have to take care of yourself. And that's the thing. You can't listen to what everybody else says. Because there's so many people out there that will destroy you before they'll build you up.
Yes.
Now, there's a such thing, they call it tough love, yeah. But some people aren't accustomed to that. You know what I mean? And
right.
You can say something and it'll tear them up, literally.
Right.
So what happens, you have to lay the foundation to them. You got to say, hey, how bad do you really want this? How bad do you really want to change? Because it's like this. It's just like playing the lotto. You got to be in it to win it, right?
Right.
Well, you got to be in it to get fit.
Yeah.
You got to make that first move. You have to make that first move. You can sit up all day and say, I want to do this, I want to do that. But until you do it, you're not saying nothing but moving your mouth. That's all you're doing. You know what I mean? So it's like, do something for yourself now. Help somebody. You know what I mean? You never know who you can help. And I've helped a lot of people. I know a lot of people. Some people are in the fitness for money. When you're running a business, okay, of course, you're going to want to make a profit when you're in business, of course. But my thing is this. I want to touch people. I want people to say, hey, you know what? I remember when that guy only had 12 subscribers on his YouTube channel. And I don't have a big time YouTube channel, not yet.
Working on it.
But you best believe that it's going to happen.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I look at where I started. Nobody yes, you have some people that blew up overnight, but the beauty of it all is to see where you came from and to see where you've skyrocketed.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, that difference there, yeah.
Right. You have opportunities that come your way. I've had companies that have come to me about opportunities, which has been good. I'm actually a demo rep for a company called Muscle Egg,
nice.
And it's a liquid flavored egg white. For those people who are out there that are skipping breakfast and things like that.
Right.
Now you get a chance to have breakfast right there.
That's
it
awesome.
comes in a gallon. Okay, and what it is this. You can freeze it for 1 year. You can keep it. It can stay frozen for 1 year. Once you open it up and you consume it, it's good for 30 days, right? Comes in different flavors: chocolate caramel, cake batter, you name it. The list goes on, right?
Wow.
That was an opportunity. I also just became an affiliate athlete for a company called Red Rocket Sports Science. They have a product called Red Rocket Blaze. It's a fat burner, thermogenic. So this is going to help increase mental focus, help speed up your metabolism, appetite suppressant. You know what I mean? Helps you get shred up.
Right.
There's one they have called Wildflower. That's for women. We have a pre-workout called NovaCore. So if you're looking for that extra boost in the gym,
right.
NovaCore is your product. We're also coming out with the protein too. Also, so there's opportunities there.
Nice.
I just got a logo, so I'm looking to get my logo copyrighted too. I think I showed you that.
And we're going to link your YouTube channel on the show description. But what's your YouTube?
YouTube channel's RobsGym.
Nice.
Also, that's RobsGym. It's all one word.
Awesome.
RobsGym.
RobsGym. Check it out, folks.
Yes, sir.
Check it out. Well, Rob, last question for you. This is so great. Random words of wisdom or something that you've been enjoying lately.
Something I've been enjoying lately. Well, I have a son on the way.
Oh, congratulations.
Yep, I got a son on the way. He'll be here March. Be here towards the end of March. So I have a 13-year-old, and he's very excited about having a brother. You know what I mean? So it's added motivation for me for my future son and my son that's here now to see their dad work hard. You know what I mean? And my thing is, I have I won't even say his name, but I have a family member that actually made it big and forgot about everybody. He knows who he is. And I promised myself that I would never do that. So, because my thing is about giving back. You know, I'd recommend to anybody that whomever's helping you in the beginning, those are the same people you're going to see when you hit rock bottom. The same people you see going up are the same people you're going to see coming down. So you never bite the hand that feeds you, and you always treat those that treat you with respect. Okay? Never forget where you came from, and never forget those who gave you an opportunity and believed in you. And that's what it's all about.
Rob, thank you so much, man. Very inspiring stuff, and I can't wait to put this episode up.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on the show, Josh. I appreciate you.
Anytime. Keep
Yes,
lifting.
sir. Yes, sir.
The Signal Man Show. I'm your host, Josh Urban, and we're broadcasting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on SoundCloud, iTunes, and everywhere fine podcasts are found. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have, and hey, during season 2, try to get more people involved with this. So drop me a line at joshurban.com or tweet at me at don'tjoshme. You can have a story, a question, a hello, a shout out to Aunt Margaret, or a good deed that you saw or that you did. It doesn't matter. It's so nice that you're here. So keep it fresh, keep it funky, keep it real, and I will catch you on the flip side. See you next time.